Right, in this video we are going to look at creating a vector in R. We're going to create the same vector in 3 different ways, just so you can get used to how we can construct these type of things. The first one, just like with assigning variables, we use the arrow pointing towards the variable with the little hyphen, and then if we put C and then brackets, this creates a vector, and we're going to create the vector 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so we put in all our elements and we just separate them using a comma. And there we go. Now if we want to view x, we type it in, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, as we would hope. We can do a couple of things with x. If we type in length of x, that tells us that x has 10 elements, alright, which is quite nice. But obviously this is quite long to do this, okay? It takes quite a while to type all those in, especially if you want a vector 1 to 100. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove x. Now x is nothing, okay. Now we're going to try to find it again, but in a different way. So if we put x is equal to, and we assign x to 1, and then we put a colon 10. Now we see what comes out here. We get the same exact thing. So when you, this notation, if you put any 2 numbers in, you get a vector starting at the first number you put in and then going up in steps of 1 until it gets to the end number, okay? So that's pretty simple. And the third way, so let's just, well, we don't need to remove y, so let's just remove x. Again, check x is gone. The third way, which is very similar to this, like colon operator, is using the sec function, or the sequence function, but let's first put x in. So we assign x to sec, and then we put our start value 1, our end value 10, and then we can put by equal to 1. I'm pretty sure this is the default value, but just so you can, just for when I'm showing you something in a second. Right, and now we look at x. Brilliant. But say we don't want to go up in steps of 1. We can assign x to sec 1 through 10 by 0.2. Right. Now we want to look at x. Final thing we're going to try is send x as a sequence from, again, 1 to 10, but this time the by isn't going to go directly into 10, and we'll see how R deals with this. So let's go with 0.23. Now we view x. Okay, so it goes up in goes up 0.23 every time, and all it does is it's getting to 9.97. It's adding 0.23, and it's realizing this is more than 10, so it just doesn't show that, and it just stops. So it just goes up to the closest number in the sequence to 10 that is less than 10. Alright, in this case, but it does the same for any numbers. It will never go above. It just goes to the closest one below our end value. That's it for this R tutorial. There'll be lots more to come, lots more complicated stuff. I'm sure if you've used R before, you're finding these tutorials tedious, but if you're a complete beginner, I hope it's useful, and we will get into stuff, harder stuff soon. Yeah, so please support the channel by liking, subscribing and sharing, and I hope to see you in the next one.